All right, everyone. Welcome back to Ghosts is Paranormal. And it's been a while. It's been a real long time. Been about I don't know about 2.5 months or so. Um, haven't been around. Haven't been doing any videos or anything like that. And I want to apologize for that. But I had some personal stuff going on in my life that I had to take care of. And as I've told y'all before, that when this becomes not fun for me, I'm gonna stop doing it. And so there was personal things, but also it just was not fun for me anymore. There was a lot of drama. I mean, there's always a lot of drama going on in the paranormal community, but there was a lot of stupid drama out there going on. And I know me, and I know if I would have got on here, I would have said something, and it would have started some more shit. And I just didn't feel like dealing with it, so I said I'm just gonna take care of my personal stuff, and I'm gonna take a break. But I'm back, and not only am I back, but I'm happy to report that Becky, aka Mrs. Ghosts, is back with me now. She's going to be joining me on the investigation piece of the channel here. Eventually, once we're living together, we're going to get her, or I'm going to get her in on some the reactions as well, if she wants to. But definitely glad that she's back. Loving my life, reason I do what I do, the reason I'm even into the paranormal. And so, in case y'all forgot, here's what she looks like. Yeah, she's beautiful. Anyway, all right. So, before we get into this video, I wanted to share some things. As y'all know, I have a Discord, or we have a Discord, sorry. And we have fans on there we talk to. It's kind of like a core group of people that are on there all the time that we talk to. And one of those people, her name is Brandy, took it upon herself to make some diamond art, I believe they're called, pictures for us. And I wanted to share those with you guys real quick before we get into this video. So these things are really cool. I mean, really, really cool. So here's the first one. Sorry for the reflection there, but it's pretty cool. It's got all the little horror characters in it with the little Friends logo. And I actually had that on a shirt at one point, but it was a cheap made shirt and it fell apart. So that's that one. And then I actually told Brandy that Becky likes turtles, so she did a couple of turtles. There's the first one. And there's the second one. And she even wrote a little note on the back of it. It says, "To Becky, someone told me you love turtles. I hope you enjoy these. Sincerely, Brandy." So, Brandy, you're awesome. That's amazing. Thank you so much. They also, a couple of them got together and had a shirt made for me. It's somewhere in here. I don't remember where I put it at, but it's got the Ghosts logo on it. And then it says, Ghosts, the black sheet of the paranormal. Not sure if I've necessarily earned that title yet. Maybe at some point. But I want to say, again, actually, for both of us, thank you. I will say Becky's not feeling very well at the moment. She's pretty sick. And so, give her some love in the comments. Hopefully she's feeling better soon. So what I want to do now is I want to talk about this video before we get into it. And the reason that I'm doing this video, and when I tell you who it is, y'all are going to be like, oh my God, they've already been beat up. Beardo, who, by the way, just put out a really great Paranormal Sins video on Project Fear. I mean, I was almost in tears laughing at that video. So definitely, you probably already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I know Beardo's done videos. I know all the boys have done these guys, done them into the ground. But the reason that I want to do a video on this group is because about a year ago or so, I watched this video. This was long before the channel existed, and I saw some things in it that I thought were really weird. And so, you know me, I got a mouth, so I hopped in the old comment section and started asking some questions. And surprisingly, they responded, and they weren't necessarily thrilled with my comments. And I was going to put the screenshot up here, but I'm not going to do that. It is what it is. You know, and I'm going to say this now. Don't go give these guys any hate. Don't go to their comment section. No, that's not how we do things. You know, these guys are probably never even going to know I did a video on them because I'm so small. But, you know, it is what it is. So the channel I'm going to do today is called Ghost Theory. So I know y'all know who they are. But, you know, I figured since these guys, you know, wanted to give me a bit of an attitude problem in their comment section, I'm going to sit here and pick apart their video. So here we go. And like I said, I know the boys have picked them apart. I know they've been caught faking 1,000 times, and that's fine. You know, and I'm not here trying to chase clout. You know, I'm not here trying to do none of that. I don't care about that kind of stuff. You know, I love y'all that watch. I love y'all that are subscribed. You know, it means a lot to me. But I'm doing this one because of the way I was treated in their comment section. I didn't really care too much for that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this one rolling. And this video is entitled, "We Left Cameras Alone in a Haunted House. What We Found is Terrifying." Ooh, terrifying. All right, so here we go. All right, so I had a little technical difficulty. I had to start this one over again. So here we go. We left cameras alone in a haunted house.
Something living.
What we found was terrifying.
We're going to leave cameras all throughout the house, and we're going to leave. Yeah, we have been hearing all sorts since we've been here.
Camera.
I didn't even pay attention to what the hell that said.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ghost Theory. We have come to an amazing time capsule.
I want to back that up for a second here, just real quick. So I want you to look at that. I want you to notice that there's a road there that's going to play in later.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ghost Theory. We have come to an amazing time capsule location.
I do like the logo.
Been here a while,
that's pretty damn cool.
Dark,
kind of like a black metal
some sounds, get some cinematics, and setting up some equipment.
Type
First
deal
of
there.
all, as ever, let's have a look around. This place literally has everything left behind it. The guy who lived here, I think, must have died a couple of years ago. Possibly even in this house. We don't know for 100% fact, but all the stuff is still here as if they still live here. But he certainly doesn't, which we'll be able to show why when we get to the other side of the house.
Okay.
First things first, there is power.
Okay, so all right. So number one, I'm no expert in urban exploring. I'm not at all. But I will say that he just said that the guy died a couple of years ago. Now, if the guy died a month ago or a few weeks ago, the power might still be on. But he died a couple years ago, and the power's still on. They're still paying for the power. Somebody has to pay for that. It doesn't just stay on, as far as I know. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section, because this is in the UK. Things might be a little bit different. So, all my UK people, you know, if that's the way things work over there, then it could be. But you'll see here in a few minutes some things that are telltale signs, at least to me, that somebody still lives there, or lived there very, very recently, not 2 years ago or whatever he said. So anyhow, let's get back to it.
The most ridiculous thing, isn't it, when you find an abandoned house? Who's paying for the power? This was...
Yeah, who's paying for the power?
This is a funny room because it looks like it was a kid's room, but also it's got an old man's hat on there. But it's almost like this is stuff from his childhood.
So, all right, so I want y'all to look down here in the bottom, and there might be a better shot of it later, but that right there is a Singer sewing machine. Now, I'm no expert on antiques, but I know that Singer sewing machines are worth a lot of money, or at least a good bit of money. So if this place has been abandoned for 2 years, and nobody's lived there, or years, I believe is what he said, and no one's lived there, you mean to tell me vandals hasn't gone through that house and taken everything out? Haven't taken everything out of it. Seriously. This is just the beginning.
Benjamin Button. He was old but young.
They're a minute and 25 seconds into this damn video.
I find out
and
his
it's
name was Benjamin
already
as well.
insane.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, tax disc from a car from 2008, but it's like I said, it's got like kind of old children's toys, and this is actually a remote control tank. That'd be amazing if that still.
Now,
worked.
all this
What year
stuff-
is that from? They actually made it out of metal as well.
Some
Wow.
of these
We're not
objects
sure
are
how
worth
bad it
money. They wouldn't just be left there.
These
Like, there's no
books look like
way.
they've been set up for urban exploring, but what's in here? Or is that the lid for that?
Again, there's your
It's-
Singer
it's
sewing
not an
machine.
abandoned house without a
There's your Singer sewing machine. Those things are worth money. Nobody would just leave that laying around. And if they did, it certainly wouldn't be sitting in there 2 years or years later, like you said. Sorry, I'm having some allergy issues. My nose itches a little bit. Anyway, there's no way. Like, that thing's probably worth a good bit of money. I mean, I'm not talking thousands of dollars, but I mean, it's probably worth a little bit. And if the place was abandoned, vandals would have taken that stuff. It would be gone. It would have been sold somewhere. But anyway, let's keep going.
Singer sewing machine, is it?
No. We get them in so many.
Cover that up. There's some stuff over there as well. Lots of baby pictures, like old baby pictures, well, as in
Those, so
The
to me, they
pictures
look
are
planted.
babies that are now old pictures, not old babies.
Benjamin Button.
Oh my god, old beat. Come on, dude.
It's definitely Benjamin
Oh my
Button
God.
here.
If I could turn this off.
If we go into here, this is a creepy ass corridor connecting all the rooms. It is a bungalow.
I'll give him that.
You can see.
I'll give him that. That's pretty creepy looking. Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah, that's definitely creepy looking. But it just weirds me out that the lights are on. And this house has been abandoned for years. I don't know.
That there are a shitload of cobwebs and all the wallpaper is peeling. So this has not been sort of looked after for a very long time.
I haven't looked at the bathroom.
Well-
We got told off in the last episode for looking in the bathroom, so
Okay, well there's the bathroom. I won't show you the toilet.
I'm gonna show it anyway, just to protest. Look, I'm gonna get all 3 cameras on it. There we go. Look at that.
Oh wow.
I'm not sure what
That
that was
is
all about. But anyway.
Creepy. I mean, clearly, the main bedroom.
There are
before
spider
the
webs around
gentleman
there.
was moved into
So people haven't been
the
there for a
living room
while,
for
but
care.
I still don't see how it's been abandoned for 2 years or
Yeah,
years,
I mean,
like you said.
Old trunks. You've got these pictures as well.
You'll see more later.
They actually seem very religious, and on that one especially. I wonder if there's one behind it.
Gotta have your rock juice.
Yeah. Okay. So I wonder if they were religious.
Yep.
What?
What's that noise? Other than the M42 out there.
There's a car driving by. That's what the noise is. You're right next to a road.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear a damn thing. Nothing at all. And if you could hear a clicking sound... Alright, hold on. Let's stop this real quick. So if you could hear a clicking sound in the background or something like that, if this place is abandoned, as long as they claim it is, there could be rats in there, could be mice in there, could be a cat in there somewhere, raccoons, you don't know what the hell. Could be any kind of living creature in there running around. But like I said, the thing that gets me is the stuff that's sitting out here. But we'll get into more of that. All right, so pay attention to the fact that of what's sitting around there. You got dishes right there, which
Actually sounds like someone's in that room.
look to be pretty clean.
What the hell? I mean, there isn't. Should we just look in here now? We're in here. And again, more signs of an older person living here. I mean, they didn't even get to put the washing away. It's just
These are things that I'm looking at here that
still got washing in the washing machine. They didn't even
make
get the
me
time to take
think
the
that
washing out.
this place is not
It's just insane.
Yeah.
abandoned as long as what they're trying to say it is.
Still sugar in the bowl.
Okay, right there. So here you see sugar. Now, sugar is sweet, well, obviously, so we all know that. So if you leave sugar out, eventually, what is sugar going to draw? Ants. I don't see one ant, one bug. I don't see nothing. There's something in the sugar, but that's not an ant. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not an ant. So these are telltale signs to me that this place has not been abandoned for years. I mean, that would have ants or some kind of bugs crawling all over it, and it doesn't. There's nothing around it. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, again, I could be wrong, but that doesn't look abandoned to me. It doesn't look that abandoned, like they're trying to make it sound like.
It actually looks like they were about to make a cup of tea and something happened. Well, they got like the tea and the coffee or whatever out.
Yeah.
Spoon inside here, but nothing inside it. The sugar's open and everything. It literally is as if someone's just started to make a cup of tea and then that was it.
Felt bad.
I doubt it, but okay.
Yeah.
If you say so,
What an
bro.
absolutely amazing place. Oh wow, look at all these photos too. So we've actually figured that this guy would have been a farmer. They actually had their own business.
Yeah.
It was his name, surname, which we won't say, and sons.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Here's another thing. If you're abandoning a house, if you're just going to leave, first of all, you may get up and you might leave the material items there. You might leave the TV, you might leave, all the things that you're seeing in there. You might leave those things there. But you're damn sure not going to leave your photos. And if the person passed away in the house, like they're saying that they did, the family members are not going to leave those photos there. If I had to bet, I would say those photos are planted. I can't guarantee it, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, photos would be something that you would want to take. If your family member passed away and you had to go in and clear the house out, you would take the photos. Like, you're not going to leave those there. So, I mean, it looks planted to me. That's what I'm going to say.
So, but these are actually pictures of the house, look. I presume these are their old cars and tractors and things. That's amazing. Oh my word. Look at that. That's him, stood here.
Wow.
Just where I can hear the noise as well. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
It is the guy. The house has barely changed.
It hasn't, has it?
Isn't that just an amazing image? Do you know,
These guys,
the room we're
I mean,
about to go in, I think actually has the Polaroid camera that these were taken with.
Wow.
I think it's in there.
So now they're saying
Yeah.
that I don't remember seeing that part of the video.
Right there, set up on the table.
You can buy those everywhere now. Honestly.
I wonder if it's still
So again, there's another thing. There's a computer there. So it's been abandoned for years and years and years, right? And the person who lived there was an elderly person. I don't know very many elderly persons or elderly people that have computers. I just don't. I don't know very many. I mean, my grandfather has a computer, but he uses it for doing music stuff because he plays guitar and sings. And so he uses it for doing research on music and stuff like that and printing out the chords and all that kind of stuff. But as far as doing much else, he doesn't do much else. So I don't know, man. This video, there's too many things in this house that scream at me. Either they're planted or this house hasn't been abandoned for years like they're claiming. And another thing that I want to point out too is that, again, that's an object that's worth some money. So if the house was abandoned years ago, like they say, somebody would have came in there and took that out and either took it to their house and used it, or they would have sold it. So, I mean, to me, I'm just, this video reeks of bullshit all the way around. And again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I could be completely wrong. And these guys are going to jump in the comment section and blow me apart. And that's fine, because if I made a mistake, I made a mistake and I'll own it. I mean, I've owned them in the past and I'll do it again. But to me, it just, there's too many things in this house that just scream to me that it hasn't been abandoned for years. So anyhow, let's get back to it.
Again, more photos of them at the property as well. They cared a lot for this place. Now,
It's still weird to me that all
main
those
living
pictures are
room.
there, because you're not going to leave family photos behind. You're just not.
And I've got a feeling that was definitely the deathbed. You can't tell. It's just a feeling. But it's set up the way, you know.
How do you
Obviously,
know
can
that
never
somebody
know for
died in
sure
that
if
bed?
someone actually died here. Because it might have been a case of that something happened and they were rushed off to hospital really fast.
Yeah.
They might not have actually been here, but the fact that everything is still left like this makes you think that there wasn't a family. So the only people that would have been caring here would have been carers, but we might find something here actually which has to do with the carers.
Yeah.
And it might be the fact that we might find that he refused care and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And maybe didn't want people here.
You guys
and might
are
have wanted to die
reaching
here,
so
and a lot of
far.
people do.
Yeah.
And going
Some
so
people
far
just-
down
it
the
might have
rabbit
been His
hole
wife also died here
on this.
and wanted to die in the same house. It's a brutal subject, but it is just how it happens, isn't it? Do you
It's-
think that they
Come on, man.
were his children or
Come on.
potentially his wife or something?
I don't know, because obviously I think that's definitely newer, the way the photo is developed. I think that could have been his wife.
It could be a wife and child, and that's why they're like this. But then,
Yeah.
if they had a child, then
So,
why
okay, hold on. So the picture of the man that he showed in the kitchen, standing in front of that door there, and the picture of the woman that I don't know. That dude looked older, but not that old. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway. Oy.
There's this house like this.
Well, there's a picture over there that I've seen of someone graduating. That could be one of the sons.
Well,
because-
there's another child here.
Yeah.
This just screams planted to me. I swear it screams planted.
Oh, here they were married, or at least together, 50 years together.
Yeah.
At University of West England. So I reckon that was one of the kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. That's the same person. That one and this.
Yeah.
That's the child. And that could be the same person that graduated there. They do look
I
quite
don't know,
similar,
man.
actually. Yeah.
And then this on their wedding day. Perhaps. Oh, that's the son.
Is it?
I think that's the son, yeah.
So maybe. Well, it's impossible to know. Let's sort of ask.
Yeah, that's a
We
good
can
idea.
try and get questions answered that way. I just want to get a closer look at this because I find this. It's harrowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just in You can't explain it, can you? When you walk into a room like this that's abandoned.
I don't know.
I mean,
There's-
it's just how's just the DVLA stuff just there? Do you know what I mean? It's like they just with a click of the
doesn't-
fingers just disappeared.
I don't know. I just don't.
Became non-existent.
Yeah.
Or are they?
Well, I guess that's for us to find out.
That's our question, isn't it?
Yeah. So we were sat down in the living room for maybe an hour to an hour and a half, just waiting for rush hour to go, wait for all the traffic to die down. Then we started hearing some noises, we started recording, and then this happened.
That's another thing I want to point out. There's a flat screen TV over there.
Do you want to explain what we're doing?
All the things are still plugged in. Like this is the thing that bothers me. None of that stuff would be there. It would have been stolen. The pictures thing I don't know, is weird to me, but that stuff wouldn't have been there. All that shit would have been stolen.
Basically, we've been waiting for the traffic to stop, which it doesn't seem to be. But we've been waiting about an hour now. and we're not really set up, but we've just heard some really strange noises.
The traffic is just really annoying.
Well, you're sitting right next to a road. What did you expect?
Go into night vision.
I'll tell you what, dude's got a hellacious microphone on that camera because you can hear him swallowing. Good lord. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so there's a noise. Now, my guess is someone else is in the house that you don't see. So they're chasing down the sound is to open the door through the wall. Why wouldn't you go right into the kitchen to see what it was? Because it sounded like a dish moved. There we go. Oh no, we're not going to the kitchen. Where are we going? Are we going to the kitchen? Nope, we're not going to go to the kitchen and trace down the sound.
What the hell makes a sound that loud? That isn't something living.
There's definitely not anybody here as well.
No, we know there's no one here.
No,
No one can
there's
come in
nobody
here.
there at all.
I mean, it was like, fuck, I don't like being out here on my own.
So here's one of my biggest pet peeves with these channels. You know, and again, I'm no expert. I've only been doing this for a couple of years. But if I'm somewhere and I hear a sound and I think that it could be a paranormal thing, I'm gonna go track it down. I'm gonna go right to it. I'm not gonna bullshit around. I'm not gonna walk around. I'm not gonna peek in around the corner. That to me sounded like dishes, like somebody banged a dish or banged on the table where there were dishes on. That's only coming from the kitchen. Go to the kitchen. Go check it out. And they're not doing that. I mean, they may eventually do it, but they haven't done it yet. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when they do shit like that, because you know, part of being an investigator is to investigate, and you're not investigating. You know, and the reason I find that they're not going to check that out right away is because whoever's in that room that made that sound, that banged on that table to produce that sound, probably had to get out the room. So they have to give them time to go. That's going to be my guess. Can I prove it? No, but that's what I think.
There was like a vibration. It was almost...
It wasn't a vibration. Somebody pounded on a table.
Yeah, we have been hearing all sorts
Like just like that.
since we've been here. But then it just started to like ramp up.
Ramp up. You heard one noise. Or you caught one noise on camera. You talked about some stuff that we didn't hear off camera.
That's incredible.
See, there you go. That's probably the source of your noise right there.
Where did it even come from? Like the first bit sounded like...
Did you shut that door?
I've not shut any door.
This is so funny. This is absolutely hilarious. I can see now why all the other guys picked these dudes apart.
The door was nearly shut. I can't see.
Hello? Are you able to make a noise to communicate with us?
Hey, make a noise. Come on. I don't know. I heard something, but it didn't. It was very, very, very faint. And it's hard to distinguish sounds with the damn sound of vehicles passing by. Which that's not their fault, so I'm not going to sit here and blame them for that. You know, it's just the location is right next to a road. And please, by all means, go watch this video on their channel.
The traffic is making this so hard. There was a knock in the corner again.
Can you copy me?
Copy me. If you know, you know. Sorry, Carl.
That was in the living room, was it not? Or in the kitchen?
Again, they're hearing more sounds. But
I'm actually going to shut this door.
okay, so
So
are
much
they
sound
gonna
comes through there.
are they gonna go check it out? And now they bring the dramatic music back in. Like, stop it.
This room's fucking creeping me out.
These rooms are creeping me out, yo.
Either that or the kitchen.
There's the old flat screen TV again. I want to say something else too, since it just popped in my head. So another thing that bothers me about this is, like I said, you know, vandals would have came and got this house is right next to a road, like a major road, it seems, because you can hear cars passing back and forth throughout the whole video. You want me to believe that this house has been abandoned for years, but yet it's right next to a major road, and all the stuff that was in there when the family just magically disappeared is all still there, and nobody took any of it. Nobody's been in there. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on. Really? Again, I apologize, man. Allergies suck.
I don't think anything has changed.
What was the guy's name? Ah, Ronald. His name was Ronald.
Oh.
Or Ron, I think people would have called him.
Ron, are you here with us?
Come on, Ron, are you there? Please don't say you heard a noise, because I didn't hear a damn thing.
What is that sound?
What sound? There's no sound.
Can you hear that?
Hmm.
Sounds like water dripping.
Ding, ding, ding. Is it now back in there?
Or something in the pipes. I mean, it could be
Hello?
1,000 different things.
We are calling out to the spirit of the man or the woman who used to live here.
Well, you said it was a man, now it's a woman. Or a man or a woman.
I'm getting screaming house vibes.
Yeah, I know. That gives me chills.
Yeah.
Screaming
The front
house
door now
vibes.
doesn't open. We're safe. Oh, well, why does it smell so different in here now?
Oh,
Doesn't it?
yeah. Oh, that's musky.
It smells, yeah, it smells like sweat and...
It's
That's
warm.
really
It's
odd.
warm in here.
Yeah.
I can't make that joke. I can't do it.
Like, we've been sat in here for a long
I can't
time
do
as well, and that did not... Well, one, hasn't been caused by us, and two, didn't smell like that earlier.
Okay. So far, we've been getting some really interesting activity, so we thought that we would try something we haven't done in about 11 years.
Right, so this is something we've never done on this channel before. We actually did this about a decade ago when we first started exploring and doing paranormal videos. Now, a lot of people have also asked us to do this in the recent year or two. We're going to leave cameras all throughout the house, and we're going to leave. So we've got one facing this room. We also have another camera facing the kitchen. It's just in the little hatch. We've also got the zoom here, which was very popular in our last investigation, actually. People really like that. It's essentially, hopefully, going to pick up any EVPs that are in this room. And this is obviously by the bed that he potentially died in. We don't know.
recorder with a
that's
Sony
the reason
strap.
why that's there. There's also another camera in the room where we think the door may have shut. Don't know what caused it, but if it happens again, we may capture it with that camera. And there's also a camera right down the end of the building, facing throughout the corridor. But it's all to be able to hear, hopefully, any sounds that happen in this building when we're not here.
Yeah. So the idea of this is that our presence may stop any potential activity from happening. If there are spirits there, they might want to just get on with their day. It also stops any noise pollution from us, so we thought it's a really good experiment to do. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to head outside. We're going to probably
Really don't
spend
want to see like
about 40
inside that guy's
to
nose.
an hour outside. So
Can we
yeah,
not
we're
do
going
that?
to leave it all running, and let's go.
Yeah, let's just go get
That was kinda
frozen
gross.
to death outside. Oh, another thing I wanted to do is we actually just bought this, which is an EMF pump. Makes a slightly irritating sound. How do you turn it on? Oh, there we go. An EMF pump is essentially
Okay,
just
so-
designed to pump out some
Okay, so I gotta go back and think of back to Kenny Biddle's video. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to create an EMF field that's supposed to basically make the spirits stronger and be able to do more things, touch stuff, move things, make noises, whatever. I know Kenny Biddle did a video on this, and he took it apart, and it's garbage. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do at all. It's a useless piece of trash. So whatever they're going to tell you that this thing does, it doesn't do it. And if you don't believe me, you're more than welcome to go check out Kenny Biddle's video where he breaks down exactly what this thing is. If I'm not mistaken, he actually takes it apart and shows you what the inside of it looks like and proves to you that it doesn't do what they say it does. Anyhow, back to the video.
magnetic frequencies into the air and essentially give the spirits more energy. We always use K2 meters or sometimes use K2 meters, and
Which
that
is
picks
another
up the
useless
electromagnetic
piece of
frequency,
equipment.
which supposedly the spirits can either speak through or that is them as they are that form of energy potentially. So we thought maybe if we use this and put it in one of the rooms, it can pump out the energy into the room, and then the cameras will pick up any activity from the energy that gives the spirits. Now, one thing to also point out as well, it's nowhere near the K2 meter. It only pumps out energy maybe 30, 40 centimeters away from it. So it would never ever affect any of the equipment that we've got in the room or the building at the time. I'm gonna leave that
I'm
in
pretty
there
sure you
just
could
in
put it
case
right next to
was
the EMF
potentially
meter and it wouldn't
something that
affect
moved
it.
this door. And then leave that like that, so it has the potential to move. Just, even if it's wind.
Okay.
So now they're going outside, supposedly. All right, so now we're going to bounce back and forth between some cameras. We're going to show you the time. There's the stupid fake EMF pump. That's the noise it makes, which is irritating as hell. Again, there's your flat screen TV. You're going to see something crazy here in a second. Hang on a second. Let's back that up real quick. I need to see something again real quick, or hear something. Make sure I got this volume all the way up. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, it sounded to me like somebody was breathing behind that camera. Or I heard something like... It's going to come into play here in a minute. Again, I can't prove it, but that's what it sounded like to me. And there's a noise, but again, more than likely it was one of them. There's more clanking sounds. The camera just moved a little bit. Moved again. And now it falls over. Now, they're going to wig out. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The camera got pushed over. It was a ghost, it was a ghost, it was a ghost. Okay, so when I said a minute ago that I heard the behind it, to me it sounded like somebody standing behind it breathing. The camera moves 2 or 3 times before it falls over, and then all of a sudden it just falls over. And it's crazy to me how that camera falls over on that carpet. Because who's going to set up a $6,000 camera or however much, $2,000 camera, however much it costs, on a hardwood floor and have it fall over? It's convenient to me that camera falls over on a carpet so that it doesn't get damaged. I could be wrong. It's also pretty funny that it's 2222. But anyway, I can't prove that it was one of them that did this, but I'd bet it was. Either one of them did it or they set that camera up so that it would fall. Because, I mean, you can set it on its edge and any tiny little vibration is going to make it fall. I mean, we all saw that with the whole pram gate thing, which I'm not getting into, and I don't want nobody in my comment section blowing it up about that. But, we saw how vibrations can make things move. So, I mean, again, I can't prove that it wasn't paranormal. I can't prove it. But I don't think it was. All right, so we'll get back into this. And we're going to watch them lose their mind. I think that's them coming back in the house. Oh, maybe not. Oh, God, that's annoying. To me, it sounded like something got in front of that microphone, or in front of that thing. The pump, because the sound changed.
I am starting to get hypothermia now. I should go back in.
Okay, so I want to say something else too. It's weird to me how every time something happens, like they show the little thing of the voice, as soon as that happens, they start playing music. Why are you adding background music every time something happens? Like, that's just weird to me. I don't know. Like, I don't feel the need to put background music in my videos. I have an intro music and outro music, and that's about all you're going to get. Maybe someday, but I'm definitely not going to cover up the investigation with stupid background music and jump scare stuff and all. I don't need all that shit. Anyhow, enough of me bitching.
Got to be in over an hour, surely.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
Again, it landed on carpet, conveniently.
What's that noise? The EMF pump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Where is that, actually?
In here. Or would we just stop everything recording then? Just.
What we could do is call out now. So you can actually see by these shots that the experiment was pretty successful. We did catch some amazing stuff. However, it doesn't
what
mean
stuff
that
did you
everything
capture?
that we caught was paranormal. Some of it could be explained.
We also have absolutely no
okay, I'll give
idea
them that.
if the
At least
EMF pump actually
they're
made
saying
any
that.
difference.
They're not claiming
Thinking back, what we
everything's
should have
paranormal.
done is did an hour with the EMF pump and then an hour without it to see if the activity changes or if any differences in what's happening inside the building. It's just something we can try again in the future.
Overall, we seem to pick up on a lot of banging and movements, and you could even hear a voice that came from the living room, which was also picked up on the Zoom. Okay. Are there any spirits
Gnat flying
here?
around me.
who wish to communicate with us.
All right, so I honestly can't explain that sound. I honestly can't. I don't have an explanation for that. I mean, it was a really weird sound, and it kind of sounded like a little girl or a lady, a woman or whatever, making a noise or saying something, but I couldn't really understand what they were saying. Maybe me. Maybe they said me. But I can't explain that one. So I'm not even going to sit here and try to pull it apart. But anyhow, back to the video.
The fridge is on.
Was it on before?
It's been on the
It
whole
must have
time.
been.
You could hear the noise.
Could it explain some of the noises, maybe?
Okay. So if this place is abandoned for years, why would I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just tripping, but this doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I've been in abandoned houses before, and they had no power and no items of value at all. So either the house was abandoned a month ago or 6 months ago, or they're full of shit. It's the only thing I can come up with. You know, and like I said, I doubt they'll even see this video. I doubt they'll even comment on it. But maybe some of their fans will come here and they'll comment on it. I don't know. But to me, I've been in enough abandoned places in my life, and I've never seen one that had so much stuff in it. Especially valuable stuff like TVs and an antique sewing machine, you know, and the computer plus the sugar laying out there with no ants on it. Like, to me, that's just crazy. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to this thing. How much more time do we got left? About 10 minutes.
So I was thinking. But like, I don't know. The Big Bang. Is that like
No.
fridges?
Yeah. Or ice. Maybe it's ice falling.
Well, no, it's like a fucking iceberg.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're trying to debunk the sounds. I'll give them that.
What was
They're
the
trying
name?
to.
Ron. Ron, are you here?
I will say the spider webs kind of bug me a little bit, and there's a lot of them.
Was there just knocking noises in that room?
But it doesn't take years and years for those to show up.
It was just deeper.
Again, I didn't hear no
I'm
sound.
sure certain of it. Wasn't me, because it's concrete floor. There's noises. Either that or I'm going mad. Hello? Ron, is that you? What was that?
I like how the K2 meter's spiking, and they're not even looking at it. But, I mean, more than likely it's probably their cell phones in their pocket.
I'm not fucking moving.
What do you mean you're not moving?
Look at the camera. Camera.
Oh, fuck.
It fucking fell.
Conveniently, like I said, it fell into a bunch of stuff that would cushion the fall. Look at that. You could see it.
Is it okay?
It's still recording.
That's the trippy part to me. Like, that's a telltale sign that this was staged.
Should we play it back?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That camera may as well have fallen into a fucking bed of pillows.
Okay,
Come on,
let's just
guys.
show what that was on. Right, it's not exactly the steadiest thing on earth. Okay, but that's been in here for an hour. What we heard in the
Show the
living
ground.
room, we actually thought was the sound of the camera falling off the door. Obviously, we didn't put that together at the time because it was only once we saw it on the floor did we put the sound and that together. But it was actually only during the edit where we realised that the camera had actually fallen off way before and during the time that we were outside.
So the camera was quite stable on the handle, but it wasn't the most stable it could have been, so there is a possibility that it did just slide off over time.
Believe it or not, we actually had no idea that the camera had fallen off while we were outside.
See,
we come
at least
in and we
at
actually
least
look
I'll
down
give them that.
corridor,
They're trying to say it could have fallen by
But it is a
accident.
completely pitch black corridor. The camera only has little infrared lights on it. It was actually the bigger light that we have, which makes it even more miraculous that we didn't see it. But it is literally just these little red dots to us. It obviously, unless you're looking through a night vision camera, you can't see any light coming off it at all. It was only once Elliot looked out down to the end of the corridor after we had heard that sound that he noticed that the red lights were on the floor and no longer on the handle. And that's when we kind of put everything together. But we were technically wrong. It didn't happen at that point, it happened before. But even so, the camera falling off is still quite incredible. What was that?
I don't know, but it was right to my left.
So, okay, so that's something I missed when I watched this
It
video
sounded like the
originally.
bed.
All right, so let's go ahead and run this through. You can see right there, they had the camera sitting on the door handle. So you could position that door handle, which is long. You know, it's not a knob, it's a handle. You could position that camera at the edge of that where you know that at some point it's going to boom, fall down. You could do that. Did they do that? I can't prove that. But if you were to slide that camera close enough to the point where that doorknob or that door handle starts to go down, technically you could have your camera up here, and over time it's gonna go down, 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 and then off. So it gives off the fact that it could have fallen on its own, or it could have been paranormal when they set it up to fall. Flat out. There's no doubt in my mind they set it up to fall. Anyway.
Moving. But look at that.
And now when they set it back up there, they set it towards the back of the handle.
What's that noise? I'm going to shut this because of the sheer amount of noises coming through there.
Again, you can see that the handles on the doors here are long, skinny handles. Like this one, right here. And if you position that camera close enough to the point where that handle starts to go down, eventually it's going to fall. And they know that.
Record on that.
So that was definitely set up.
Do you know, I haven't noticed a car go past for ages. No. It's like the whole time was just like in silence.
Oh my god. Were they going to say the ghost stopped all the cars from going by?
Are you here with us now?
No, and I never was.
I need my camera. Can you use your voice?
turn my torch off just in case. I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to turn my torch off.
We say it every time.
I'm not saying this, people, but I am turning my torch off. Just in case. Because there's some weird noises.
The noise that
Look, houses make noise, people. I'm just saying.
saying that there might be people because that just sounded like car doors on the outside.
Let's just stay here in this room.
What did he call that earlier? The death room?
If there's a spirit with us, we ask you to make contact just while we are here in this house. We've come searching for answers about life after death.
You can zoom in on that K2 all you want to. There's 100 things that you could have on you that could set that thing off.
Can you touch the black device that we've left on your table?
The cell phone in your pocket, if you've got a smartwatch on. I mean, there's a dozen things, probably hundreds of things that could set that thing off. You could have a handheld radio in your pocket. I mean, there's many, many things that could set that K2 off.
So I really enjoyed this investigation, and it's one of my favourites for a long time. A lot of it is very weird. It can be explained, and
All right, so that's enough of that. So, like I said, the camera falling, you saw the long door handles, and you can see when the camera starts to fall, it's basically sliding, putting more pressure as it moves forward down that door handle until it hits all the way to the edge of it and it falls. And they know that that's going to happen. They know it. You know, and so I would be willing to bet 9 times out of 10 that's staged completely. And then they're going to, again, like I said, freak out about it. And, oh, my God, you know. And, I mean, he did mention something about it possibly falling on its own. I mean, he did say that. So I'll give him that. But, yeah, that was definitely 100% staged. Thank y'all for watching, man. You know, hey, I appreciate what y'all are doing, or appreciate y'all for watching. Again, you know, sorry that I haven't been around much, but I got my partner in crime back, and as I mentioned earlier, she's not feeling well at this moment. So please hit her up in the comments. You know, show her some love. You know, if you like what you're seeing here, you know, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, you know, as we know, a fake paranormal channel cries. And I love y'all, and definitely see y'all on the next one. It's how we do it, people.